All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Violet Evergarden, Episode 2. Okay,
all right.
So we have the proper context now.
Yep.
From, I'd say, Violet's limited perspective.
Right. We have the setting, the characters.
Yep. Gilbert was the one that introduced her to the concept of love.
Yep.
And there's been a lot of stuff that's kind of kept it vague as to Violet's nature, I would say, or more so not necessarily her nature, but why she is the way she is, because it's something that the show is being, I'd say, purposely vague on. They kind of refer to her as a lot of different things, like a tool, a dog, a weapon, and it's like, okay, I get it, yes, but you brought up the interesting point. You brought up the interesting point of those robot arms came because of her
because she lost
military
her
encounter, because when she was trying to move his body, she was using her mouth, because that was literally the only thing she could to grab him. Her arms were like just dead, like bloody and messed, and it seemed like
there was actual blood. So,
yes, and that's the other thing. So we know that she is biological, but I still think the homunculus thing is very possible.
She's
because,
a Cylon.
Well, because she didn't seem to feel any pain.
She too,
like Gilbert was like in pain, and he was like writhing and crying and stuff, and it was obviously an emotional time because he was thinking like, I'm about to die,
and he was right.
But the thing is, Violet had been brought in to be a weapon, a like kind of a super soldier with the way we saw her moving before she got robot automail type arms. So it's a bit of a mystery right now.
Yes.
So I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that. We haven't gotten too much of the Evergarden family other than kind of them being introduced.
Their existence kind of a thing,
Yeah, exactly. But she has been hired, or no, she desires to be hired with the doll,
the writing
ghost
people.
writing people.
Yeah.
Yes. I think he said you. Did he say that you would?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I guess we'll find out in this episode. And guys, we're excited. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. 4 years ago. Oh, this is probably during the war. Yeah. Whoa,
so we're going to get to see more of Gilbert.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're introducing the brother.
That's right. I like how there's a little bit of blue or green in their hair, even though it's dark. Wow. Jeez. And then Violet's in the other room.
In a box or something.
Whoa.
Oh.
Jeez. Found her.
Okay.
How do you know she's a weapon then? Oh, cool. Yeah, she is. She did get accepted. That's right. Auto memoir doll. Right. I love these girls' character designs. A little meta.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's almost like they're telling her what we should call her.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Giving her the very exact soldier response,
Yep.
Carry out my missions. Yeah.
She's going to get very frustrated when Violet outstrips her.
Sanitari. Ah, a rookie. So yeah, you're probably right,
yep.
Jacob. Watch, she's like the best. Yeah.
She has glasses. That means she's a very fast rider.
Whoa. Whoa.
Didn't you just tell me to focus on my work?
Yep, yep. But I like that they all have little personalities that show their independence from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a way that's slightly like, oh, right. Oh. Yeah. No problem.
Home row.
Yep. Yep. Wow. Oh. Whoa. That is just so fluid and beautiful.
Like, Ghetto Ed is definitely showing off.
You hear how mechanical it is?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Holy crap. Oh. Being a bit loud. Oh, rejected. Get wrecked.
Ouch.
Yeah. So he's just kind of the handyman boy, and it's like
Yeah.
completely ignored. So calculating. Wise man, wise man.
Yeah.
Oh, he just wanted a friend, and that's sweet. What?
Oh, did she trip on her heels?
Maybe. That's a repeating plot point, kinda.
Sure.
Oh, did you see that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the true Kudere of the,
Or at least the one who's truly gonna get jealous.
Gotcha.
Because the other girl is the newbie already, so...
Right. And she's the most popular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. She's very forward. Oh, he's not getting paid so that the business can stay profitable. He's the owner, so,
yeah.
you know, the business owns him. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, because she hasn't been able to write letters very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. You know what it's going to be? He's going to have one of the ghostwriters write as Gilbert to write to her as she writes to Gilbert. And
if so, that would be pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my gosh. She's noticing the irrationality of human emotion and
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. She's Erica. Yes. Well said, Violet. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's trying to be so passive to it. She's trying to divert the the issue. Yeah.
I like how it showed him just like slowly zooming out. And
Yeah.
the emptiness of the
Kind
area.
of letting it settle on him. Mm-hmm. And now they get time together. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, one more. A walk-in. Oh.
Aww.
Oh. The Ford of this world, I guess. Mm-hmm. I mean, there were others before Ford, but whatever. Wait, is Violet already writing the letter? Oh, she heard the word love. Oh, okay.
Ah.
Oh. Yokai Storm. Oh. Oh, that was such a cool time-lapse shot.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh. She was way too literal and like... But that's not what you said, though. See, that's the nuances of the way humans kind of lie in relationships. Oh. Wow. Wow.
Violet's like, all right, I am inputting this data.
Yeah. Huh. Will provide ample hydration.
Yeah, warm or otherwise.
Yes. Yeah. 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 It is. Wow. Oh, we're getting into some good stuff. Oh my gosh. This is that a human weakness. Mm-hmm. Again, separating Violet from everyone else. It's interesting, though, that the society would allow such important communication to be handled by entirely different individuals, you know? Like,
and that might have been something that happened, but, like, the fact that they don't, like, check over it or something, like, have it read back to them or something, like...
I think that was a rare instance. Violet.
Sure.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Same hairstyle, but... Oh. Wow, that bike was so detailed. Like, there's all these little things. They just...
Oh, watch. Violet's gonna ask him.
How astute you are.
That is not inaccurate.
Yes. Oh. Wow. Yeah.
Was he wearing heels?
Yeah, I think so. Oh. It's like the moment where her honesty is actually going to help so much here.
She's working from the ground up.
Yeah. Oh. The light coming on right now. Oh, the music. His show.
Yeah. Yep.
Smart.
Do that
Genius.
fantastically.
Well said. Give her the grunt work, and she. Yes, eventually. Yes.
Right.
Oh, and she's sticking out her. Oh.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Wow.
That's so wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wow, what a clever bit of world building to bring out the emotional themes of this episode.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was something from our world, too.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Ah. Gotcha.
Oh. Oh.
Cool.
That's just
Yeah.
that's just so wholesome. Oh.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Does he have the emerald? Yes. Yes.
The brooch. Yeah. I'm opening it. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Wow, and he bought it when the company was
Yeah,
doing badly.
I know.
Yeah, that's
I know.
okay. I'm sure she can handle strict teachers.
Oh, so he had already bought it.
Yeah.
A good man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bougainville. Oh, so he's from an important family.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know he was from the Evergarden family, but...
Right. But, like, they're bigger than just being a named
Rich
family
yeah.
that's rich. Yeah, they're like...
Yeah.
Oh, and he meant a lot to
Yeah.
Oh. I wish I never doubted Hodgins. Like, this is...
The way she looks at the emerald and then falls over onto the bed.
Yep. Never coming back. Oh. Whoa. Episode 2 already. I think this one is just an incredible improvement on the first one, because we're getting into like the nuances of human connection and communication
and they said in the first episode that was what this story was going to be about. They set that up very well.
Yes.
But they doubled down on it, and that's really good, because I could see with the style that this show was going for, I could see it doing something where it ends up being like too slow of a burn.
Right. There's not enough direct conflict.
Exactly. But with the way they handle this.
Yes, well done. Well done. I think it also is due in part to the colorful nature of the three main auto-memoir dolls' personalities.
Okay. I mean, the whole show is colorful.
Well, but I meant specifically the way that their personalities differ from each other and Violet. Even the girl Erica, who's, for all intents and purposes, a kudere, is a human kudere.
Exactly.
Whereas Violet is more, like she said, mechanical. Like, she's very matter of fact.
Right. They did something here that not a lot of anime will do, in that they made their characters, in my mind, not really fit much of an archetype. Like Violet, absolutely kudere, like to the max. But Erica, in regular literature, in non-anime, storytelling, she would just be a shy person.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So she's got the glasses, she's got the insecurities, she's got the nerding out over
she's got the
over
clutching of
typewriters.
her dress in front of her that shows just a general sign of awkwardness uneasiness and mistrust.
Right. The fact that she had Violet do something that she was way more equipped to do, right?
Exactly.
Just because she wasn't feeling too great about it.
Because the guy previously had, been kind of an asshole to her.
Yeah. That was really great, because I could have seen the three characters from how they were introduced in the previous episode just being sort of the faces that are at this place, right?
Right.
Like, I could have seen it focus way more on Hodgins and Mrs. Evergarden,
right.
But they didn't do that. Good. Cool.
Yeah.
This episode, before, in the pre-episode stuff, one of the things that I was thinking of commenting on is I was like, I really hope that she gets her emerald back sometime soon. And I didn't. And it ended up happening this episode, and I'm really happy that it did. And the fact that Hodgins, paid for it and spent a whole month's pay to do it, that's
I mean, it's also probably
really cool.
still the case that the business is not doing that well.
Yeah.
But it was on the black market, so who knows at this point? Like, that thing could have been marked up to some insane value. But that shows even more so how much I think Hodgins probably owes Gilbert. Because I think that we can draw the connection that the reason why he cares for Violet is because of how much he cared for Gilbert. And the reason why he cared for Gilbert is probably because they have a lot of history together. And maybe Gilbert was the one that had done the good things for Hodgins. Right. And Hodgins just feels like, I can't repay the guy. He's gone.
But this is the least I can do.
This is the least I can do.
Yeah, he mentioned the whole idea of him being the pampered rich kid that was actually a
good guy.
A good guy, yeah. That was good.
Yeah, their characters so far are all nuanced enough that even without dramatic introductions for all of them, they still come across as being their own characters.
Although I would say Miss Supermodel Popular Lady,
yes,
who I will not try to pronounce
I can't remember her name perfectly.
She, I would say, did get a little bit of a dramatic introduction with her whole interaction with Hodgins.
Well, she had been introduced before that.
Well, that's true.
I'm saying that none of the characters were suddenly just there. Like, of the side characters, they all were kind of eased into the story.
Well, yeah, this show, because Kyoto Eni is Kyoto Eni, and they're like, just watch us do something awesome, they don't have to do literally over-dramatic introductions, right? They don't have to do, like, the typical anime expression type stuff that, you know, they can have everything be subdued, but because of their amazing budget, yeah, and attention to detail and like all that stuff. Oh yeah,
the time-lapse shot.
Yeah,
like, oh my gosh, the Sakuga, the compositing,
like it's
the
one
lighting,
of it's one of those things where, like, with a show that's a slow burner like this, right? It could end up being something like, it could have ended up being something where it's like, oh, it's hard to get into because, you know, it's slow. But I mean, with how gorgeous this is,
it's a pleasure to just sit back and just soak it all in.
I feel like this is like reading a really good book that's just written amazingly, so that everything is just poetry coming off the pages in the right way, not in the, you know, slog through it kind of thing,
right?
But where just reading the words, even if you didn't care about what was happening, is a joy. Like that is this show.
It is,
and it might be something where it maybe takes a long time to go through, you know, like with more basic type story stuff that happens.
Right.
But
I gotta say, though, I'm already hooked into it because we knew kind of the main hook for Violet. And Violet's was literally boiled down to a simple phrase, and her willing to do anything to try and understand that.
Right.
And the thing is that is a essence of communication. But the thing is them, by introducing this aspect of the double standard when it comes to human communication, where we will intentionally hold back the true meaning of our words for the purpose of trying to get the desired outcome or effect with another person, is one of the most annoying things I have with regards to people. It's so frustrating talking to someone who's doing this, and it's just... I can't work with it. And Violet has an even more dramatic reaction to it.
It's an exaggeration for us to see it. Yeah.
It's like this is the letter that you told me to write. And the thing is that we see this because we got the full perspective of the girl coming in.
Right.
I don't know if we got her name necessarily, but I don't know how important her character will be in the future. But she came in and she was just like, there's this boy, and I don't know if I like him yet, but you know, like I gotta say something back.
With everything that she said about how she was feeling, right? Because you would think that, okay, she would at least tell them how she was really feeling. That way they say, right, this is what I'm feeling, but I want it to sound like this.
But the thing is that there was actually a line she said before that told us exactly how she was really feeling. Was the lady comes in, Erica says, "Are you here for a ghostwriting?" And she's like, "Obviously, why else would I be here?" That right there, that kind of that condescending, like, obviously I'm here for that. She said it with a little bit of a classy attitude. So she was trying to be, at the very least, congenial to them. But she was being a little bit arrogant, coming and being like, why else would I be here? What that's saying, though, is she's assuming that they then read the subtext saying that because I'm here, this ghostwriting bit matters to me. The whole aspect of it has something else to it. There's extra value brought in.
Well, in addition to that, there's the idea that her perspective is that you should know what I'm wanting and what I'm, feeling and all that stuff without me needing to say.
That's also true. But that's what every human does. That's the point of what the popular girl was talking with Violet about, is that you should be able to read the subtext, and every human does that to some extent. There's magnitudes, of course.
Right.
The point is that when she came in with this letter, and she's like, I want to do the ghostwriting thing there. She's saying, like, this matters to me enough to actually do it. Now, take my words, what I'm saying, and read into it that I, at the very least, want to date with this guy. But the thing is that's really cool is that this is something where Violet gains a different perspective on love. And in some ways, this actually might... If Violet was, I would say, more human, this might make her, if she was in this same state but more human, doubt actually Gilbert's words, because it kind of undermines it a little bit.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's saying that what Gilbert said might not have been what he actually felt or meant.
Right.
And I don't think Violet actually clued into that.
Right. Well, right. Or at least she doesn't know enough about it to even
to make that judgment.
To make that judgment.
Yeah.
Because she's basically coming into this like a
blind, like a child.
Blind, like a child. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all just new information. So she's like, okay, how do I take that and fit it into this?
Right.
I know that that what he said was something that is important and usually used to express some kind of strong emotion.
Right.
And that sometimes people don't say what they mean.
Yes.
So okay, I need to weigh those and all that.
Right. And the thing is that on some level, Violet, if she ever becomes like in tune with her emotions, which I'm assuming she does have, because we saw the first episode, she was emotional.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Oh,
she
yeah.
was emotional.
Yes.
And the
yes.
thing is that I don't think her trying to understand I love you is because the words had some intrinsic value.
No.
In that it was because it made her feel something.
Right. Yep.
And that's, I think, where this story is going to be about, not necessarily about the mystery about what is Violet, but about her understanding emotion, not even the I love you bit.
Because if you think about it, she is perfectly able to understand speech.
Yes.
She just takes it very literally.
Right.
So she probably understands the literal definition of love.
Right.
But she doesn't know what that means.
Right. She doesn't understand why it has the power to like arrest her emotions and give her this like this thumping beating of her heart or something,
or
you know,
whatever device is in there, you know.
I mean, on some level, I think that biologically she is as close to human as it gets.
Probably.
Something is just off in her software. Let's just
Right.
say. Her hardware is human.
Yeah.
Her software, there might be a couple things in there
and even
that
like
are different.
And we you know, they set up this episode. They started out and we're like, oh, we're gonna get to know the origins of Violet and all that stuff.
Right.
No. Wait,
That's going to be a trickle feed of story I think we get
Yep.
throughout probably the whole 13 episodes or so. But specifically with going back to that, did you notice how there was the differing aspects of even the emotion within the brothers? Of how one was cold and callous and just bit back with barbed words,
and notice
that
they're
were layered with other things.
Well, and they're mentioning the brother again. They actually showed him here, so you know.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not saying that I called it, but I called it.
He called it. Yeah, yeah. But also, isn't the brother alive?
Yep.
So this is the one that wasn't a good boy.
Right.
Yeah.
The one that said, "Oh yeah, I'm glad Dad died."
Yeah, and the Evergarden family is like, "Oh, our precious boy," and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And he's from a pampered rich family.
Oh yeah.
And he looked like he was kind of enjoying the freedom. The
Right.
I'm not near my family, so I'm going to wear a weird haircut. He's kind of being a rebel, you know. Okay, cool.
Well, I feel like he's basically, there's a reason that that Hodgins said he was a pampered rich kid that was actually a good guy. Because he's basically saying, it's not just the fact that he's saying that Gilbert was a good guy. It's that he's saying that that's rare, right?
Is a good guy despite the fact that his brother was this way, that his family was this way.
Yeah. And maybe not his whole family. Like maybe that's something that eventually, you know, like Mrs. Evergarden seemed nice and all that stuff. But the son,
this is also something that I keep remembering is it's a little bit of assumption at this point, but it's almost too perfect for them not to have it this way. Is we don't technically know Gilbert's last name, and I think that they're drawing the
Evergarden.
Do we know that for a fact?
Oh no,
though?
yeah, we don't know that for a fact.
That's the thing. Is that I think that they're setting up. It's too obvious for it not to be with the sun and everything. Is that it's probably Evergarden?
Yeah,
and that will be how the brother potentially comes back into the story, and then and he'll end up probably callously revealing to Violet that Gilbert's dead. Like, bastard got himself killed in the war.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good as he thought he was, or something.
Or I guess you weren't as good as we thought you were.
Well, basically, I think we just revealed our only real antagonist we're going to get in the story.
Right.
It's going to be the brother.
Yep.
And it's going to suck. because he's going to bring the opposite kind of feeling emotionally.
It's gonna be great.
No. I know, Jacob.
It's gonna be awesome.
I agree, but the main worry I always have with these types of stories is that we have the person who's different. We have a current environment that is set up for them to be protected and made safe.
And so far, everyone's been very accepting of her.
Everyone has
even
been
when they
very
see her,
accepting.
her mechanical arms and
even
everything.
Iris, despite the kind of this is a threat to my job security.
Right, she wasn't
kind of
like,
thing.
what is this? You know?
Right, she was just like, oh. It's kind of one of those things of where you see someone that has something that's happened to them, and you feel your empathy rises up within you, and you're like, I hurt for them. Like, I feel something for them, but you don't have a way to communicate how you feel to them.
They looked at it like any other disability.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
They'd be like, oh, God, I'm sorry. That kind of thing. Right. But the thing that's interesting is this show's all about communication. And when you see someone that has essentially a disability like this for Violet, although she's managing just fine. Still, no one knows how to talk about it. No one knows how to be direct about it, because there's this thought that if they were to inquire about it, that there would be this negative social backlash kind of thing. Whereas Violet is probably the one person who would be
not
like,
there at all.
Yeah, I was hit by some shrapnel.
Yeah, my arms got blown off.
My arms at the elbows became unusable, so it became logical to replace them at the shoulders, because that requires that would be the largest range of motion. And she's like, okay, TMI, I didn't need to know
support with the rest of my frame and all that.
Right. I didn't need to know that many details. It's like, oh, do you want to see? Like,
well, and what's funny is that the whole situation with Violet taking words literally and all that stuff. You would think, since she is very smart, that they could say, in the case of, like, say, with customers, just be like, well, and of course they're not going to have her deal with customers for now, because that was a pretty bad situation. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But they could just say, okay, this is an idiosyncrasy about humans, and just sort of, you know, just know that exists, log that away.
Right.
And then whenever you're interacting with humans, try to better suss out what the true intent is, and then we'll practice on making it so that, one, you're doing it in a way that appears warm and, you know, accepting and all that stuff, and isn't too blunt about it, you know.
Right.
And that's fine if you don't understand it and it's not truly coming from the heart, but just smile, even if you know,
understanding how to communicate regarding communication.
Exactly.
This show is getting really meta, guys. Yeah. Like, when in reality, this whole story is a communication method from the creator to us as viewers. Yeah. It's the kind of thing where ultimately it all boils down to my favorite thing, which is connection. But communication being this flawed, limited, it's not really flawed, it's more a limited form of expression to attain connection.
Right.
And the thing is that we use speech primarily as far as the most active form of communication.
It's the translator for our differences as people.
Yes, and also, but when we get into the written word here, you have to breach the barrier, which is your mind and your heart and your soul leaving your body and being put out into a public space, which I think is a thing of where a lot of people who go to these ghostwriters and stuff, they want to have someone that they trust because they're worried about being honest. Right. You know, and
it doesn't necessarily have to just be a question of like literacy and stuff. It could just be, I want to make sure that this is transcribed well because with writing or with communication, right? 93% of it or something like that is nonverbal.
Yeah.
It's tone of voice, it's body language, it's all that stuff, right? Context and things.
So writing,
a lot of that goes away when you go into writing.
Right. So speech is like this big, like of the percentage. Writing is like this. That's why when you text someone online, you'll be adding in all your emojis or exclamation points and stuff to try to make them understand this is the emotional state I'm in. Don't misinterpret these words because it's so easy to
that mistake where you try and make a sarcastic comment and then you realize that when you read
just
that
ruined a friendship.
I just sound like an asshole. Like no, I need to put some sarcasm, marks in there or whatever, because you can't tell.
Yeah, I think that this is a really good story for us as aspiring writers or as like soon to be like actual published writers to actually go into and discuss because there's a lot of nuance when it comes to written communication. I'm terrified often of writing a sincere letter to a person that's not a business, connection. Like
that's where I usually get nervous.
No, like when I'm writing a business email, I'm Violet. I will get them the facts and everything, and I'll sandwich it between some really good intro, outro, warming kind of ease it through verbiage. But when it's a personal thing, when it's not just banter, when it's actually like a serious thing, oh my gosh, that terrifies me. Like just trying to make sure I get the correct message across. Not the correct message that they want to hear, but like actually what I want to communicate to them. It's really interesting. You actually, this is a thing why I recommend rereading your own writing, especially when it comes to journaling. This is the thing.
Sure.
Because you realize sometimes the ridiculousness of your own internal state, and it's a way for you to help kind of I would say process what's actually going on inside you. I don't know. We've gone way off the other side of this here. My fault, but communication and writing communication. Oh man, I'm excited.
And one thing that can help a lot with writing when you're checking your own writing is read it out loud.
Yes,
that does a ton.
Yes,
because one, you'll catch a lot more of your little mistakes that are grammatical mistakes and things.
Sure,
because you'll be like that doesn't sound right, or
you'll accidentally just skip a word.
Right, exactly.
You're like, I wrote that word. I guess you didn't.
Nope. Or you already skipped to the word after it because you're thinking about what you're going to be writing next. But it also just helps with thinking, okay, when they read this, even if you write it all out accurately, correctly,
sure,
just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right. How are they going to hear it?
Yep. Especially if you're writing dialogue in a story.
Oh yeah.
Reading out the dialogue out loud is one of the cringiest things sometimes because at least for me, I realize how bad I am at writing dialogue. Let me tell you, I can write a backstory with, exposition and setting and all that way better than I can write dialogue. Oh.
It's like when you hear your voice for the first time and you're like, ooh.
In a recording. Yeah, we went through that a while ago.
But one of the things I really like that they have been doing here is how they sprinkle in all the bits for the side characters, right? And the thing is that someone like Hodgins, he's very much not a side character, right? I would say he's the most important character after Violet, right? Since Gilbert's dead.
Well, Gilbert is the most important, but the thing is that of the ones present, Hodgins is the most important. Yeah.
But even with the kid that is the one going around on the bicycle and stuff.
Yeah.
The young kid. I liked what we got from him this episode.
Yeah.
It was something where it was and again, it was going along the same theme and the same idea of communication and things that people say and all that stuff and how you deal with it, how you juggle with it.
He was getting tripped up because of the verbiage he was using because he was trying to use, I think, slang lingo to try and make them feel more comfortable around him when actually it just sounds insincere.
Right. It basically and the other thing that I was thinking is maybe it's something where it's basically oh, so you see them as women but not us.
Right.
We're just dudes, or whatever,
Sure.
Trying
to be casual with us when we haven't even gotten to that level in the friendship or connection. So you have to earn it. Sure. That's something that I find actually really attractive about women is when they kind of snap on you for the why are you trying to be all casual we're buddy and stuff. It's not like the tsundere just getting angry at you or something like that, but it's kind of the calling you up to a higher standard of just being treat me right, and it's okay, cool. And then it kind of makes you aware that you don't have to I don't know, we were talking about how people use language that is specifically contrary to what's real. And it's for the purpose of getting a desired result. And I think that when people who are attracted to someone, they like say something out
there.
They
think a bit too much sometimes.
They think a bit too much about what they're saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just be natural, be normal.
Well, and with the whole idea of the saying not what you mean, that one made me think of Last Samurai when they go to Japan for the first time, and the translator guy is talking about how he's like, yeah, I got into a lot of trouble when I came here because I because I basically said what I meant too much, and a lot of people like got offended, and then so now I very accurately translate everyone's lies, but then also the whole idea of the using that kind of language, it's one of these things that I get the feeling someone could explain this to Violet, and this might help her get it somehow, because it's the idea that show versus tell. It's telling someone what they need to think versus guiding them so that they come to the realization on their own. If you've ever had someone that says like, you need to do this in order to achieve some result, right? And you're like, okay, yeah, I know that logically you're right? But you don't end up doing it. For me, that happens a lot with like scheduling and things. But then when it's like you get to that point where you realize, oh no, I really need to do this, you're like, okay, now I'll actually go do that thing that I need to do, right? But if someone had told you, hey, do this, you wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it. Yeah. Human nature.
Yep.
It's crazy. We're a weird species.
We are indeed. Yep.
But yeah, guys, this is a fun episode. Looking forward definitely for the third episode now. Like really getting into this show. So
or Kyoto any amazing animation.
Oh yes. If you guys want to watch that next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access there. We're no longer doing full lengths because we're doing this with the timer and stuff because YouTube's getting crazy right now. But if you want to get into the Discord, any level of Patreon support gets you access to that, or you can chat with us about stories, communication, writing, whatever. If any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.